What if the life you're meant to live is only your first draft? Think about that. A first draft isn't perfect. It's messy. It's full of things that don't work out, dead ends, and things that just shift. But that's the point. It's a draft. And here's the most amazing part. You get to rewrite it. You get to revise it, reshape it, and create a life that fits who you really are. If you've been sitting there and thinking it's too late to change, too late to pivot, or too late to do something bold, listen carefully. It's never too late. Your best chapters haven't been written yet. Hey friend, I'm Ruth Jones, and I want to welcome you to Transition Tuesdays, where we talk about faith, change, and the courage to step into what's next. Now, if you've ever been feeling the gap between what you know you should do and what you're afraid to do, this episode is for you. Today's message is titled, It's Never Too Late to Reinvent Yourself. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Now, let's be real. We live in a world obsessed with timelines. Graduate by 22, build a career by 25, marry by 30, kids before 35, retire at 65. Wow. And if you miss one of those milestones, well, society will whisper in your ear that you're behind. But here's the truth. Timelines are made up. They don't exist. Look at the people who reinvent themselves later in life. There's Vera Wang. She didn't design her first wedding dress until she was 40. Julia Child didn't publish her first cookbook until she was 50. And let's not forget good old KFC, that fried chicken we love. He didn't start his franchise until he was 65. How's that for proof that it's never too late to start a new chapter? Now, through my own life journey, I've come to realize something that's so powerful. Reinvention isn't about starting over. It's about finally starting true. And here's the thing. You are not the only one that's realizing that reinvention is powerful. More and more women today are taking what's called a power pause. A power pause is when you step back from the noise, you take a breath, and you ask yourself, does this version of my life still fit who I'm becoming? Now, some women I know, good friends, have left jobs that look perfect on paper, but left them feeling empty inside. Some launched businesses in midlife. Some reinvented their hobbies, their relationship dynamics, or even started a brand new career. See, a pause isn't wasted time. It's sacred time. It's where clarity is born. You know, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to stop, breathe, and choose again. So if you're in this place of wanting to reinvent yourself, how do you do it? Let me give you 3 practical and actionable steps. Step 1, release the timeline. Yes, let that thing go. Stop measuring yourself by someone else's stopwatch. Your life is not a race. It's a story, and every story has chapters, and you get to write every single one of them. So let go of this pressure to have everything figured out on time, and instead focus on what's authentic for you right now. Now, step 2 is to get curious. What excites you? What won't leave you alone? Pay attention to these sparks because they are the clues to where your next path lies. When I started noticing how much I love helping women tell their stories and helping them find what their purpose was, well, that was the spark. That curiosity was my clue. I began to follow these things and it led me to my path of purpose. These things will lead you if you ask questions, if you explore new opportunities, and you slow yourself down to experiment without judgment. These are the things, this curiosity that will lead you where your courage is waiting. Now, step 3, I want you to launch your next chapter. See, reinvention doesn't happen in theory. It happens in motion. You don't need to see the whole staircase. The key is to take intentional steps toward the life you want to create, starting right where you are. Now, here's what that might look like. If you want to pivot careers, let's say, start by researching roles or industries that excite you. Reach out to one person in the field you're interested in for a conversation. Update your resume or your LinkedIn to reflect the skills you already have that might be transferable. Even small steps like this, they build momentum. If you want to write a book, begin with a single idea or an outline. Maybe try writing 100 words a day or set aside 15 minutes to brainstorm your chapters. Don't worry about the final draft. Just start putting your ideas on paper. And P.S., I'd love to help you with that, whether it's coaching, editing, or guiding your book from idea to publication. Now, let's say you want to make a big move and live somewhere else. Denver, Dallas. If you want to make a big move, start by researching locations. Find out the cost of living or maybe communities that feel like a good fit. Schedule a visit or even map out a move plan. Each small decision, whether it's packing one box, calling a real estate agent, exploring opportunities, that brings your vision closer to reality. Regardless of the reinvention that you desire, launching your next chapter is about moving forward toward possibility. One intentional step at a time. Each action, no matter how small, creates momentum. It builds clarity and it opens the doors that you didn't know existed. And guess what? If you're afraid of what people might think about your reinvention or whether it's going to stick, do it anyway. You'll never feel ready, and who cares what other people have to say? Remember this promise from God. He says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope in a future." That's Jeremiah 29:11. You can trust God's timing and that his plan is good, even in seasons of change and reinvention. So here's what I want you to remember. Reinvention is not weakness. It's strength. It's not failure. It's freedom. When you reinvent yourself, you give others permission to do the same. You become living proof that it's possible. And that's why I believe reinvention is holy work, because every time you choose to step into a truer version of yourself, you plant seeds that grow into courage for someone else. My reinventions aren't just about me. They're about every woman I've had the privilege to help publish her book, every woman I've inspired to own her story, and every woman who needed to hear it's not too late for you either. Friend, I hope this message encouraged you to trust in your timing and to write a new chapter as needed. If this message resonated with you, will you please do me this favor? Drop a comment below and let me know what you needed to hear the most. My friend, reinvention is possible. And if you're in a season of change and need that extra motivation, I want to encourage you to get my new and powerful tool. It's called the Ultimate Life Transition Checklist. This practical checklist is your step-by-step guide to walk you through key areas that you need to evaluate and plan for as you step into your next chapter. You can download it free today by clicking the link in the show notes. And wherever transition finds you this week, I want to encourage you to do two things. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a Transition Tuesday. And remember, God's not just getting you through transition, he's transforming you in it. See you later, my friend. See you next Tuesday. Until then, grace and boldness for the journey.